Very pleasant good morning to you. I am extremely happy to see you through this online video. Hope you are doing fine, staying safe at home. Are you preparing your lessons? Children, each and every day complete the portions that is completed by the teachers, right? Most of you are not at all bothered about the YouTube class as well as the Zoom class. Right? When we take attendance, we could see that there are few students who have not yet attended the classes. So when you talk to your friends, tell them that it is very necessary that you have to listen to the classes. Right. Now we will come to this poem, Our Casuarina Tree. In the previous class, I have given you a vague outline of Torundat and what is Casuarina Tree. Right. Today, let us proceed with the poem. Right, as I said earlier, in the poem, as far as the poem is concerned, you have that paragraph answer in the form of hints, and after that there will be appreciation questions. That is, two lines will be given, and below that two or three questions will be asked, and you have to write the answer, taking that answer from the book and from that lines. And one more thing is explaining with reference to the context. Explain with reference to the context. There you will be writing the name of these lines are taken from, or this is from the poem Our Casuarina Tree, written by Toru Dutt. And below that, explain that line vaguely, right? And for writing the name of the author and the title of the poem, you will get 2 marks. For explanation, it is 1 mark. So, in that author's name and the title of the poem, you should not commit any mistakes. Spelling mistakes should not be there, right? You must be thorough with the title of the poem and the author of the poem. Now, let us come back to that poem. So, the first paragraph we will see. I just one or two classes I just started in that Zoom class, but in the YouTube class I have not completed. So I think the first paragraph. So I'll be just coming from the beginning once more. Vaguely I will explain and proceed to the next paragraph. Like a huge python winding round and round, the rug tree indented deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars. A creeper climbs, in whose embraces bound no other tree could live. But gallantly the giant wears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters all the boughs among, whereon all day are gathered birds and bee, and often at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seemed to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. Like a huge python winding round and round. Here, the author just describes the trunk of the tree to a python. Python is a kind of snake which is almost found in the mountainous areas. We used to call it as Malay Pambu, right? That is python. This python, it will be winding round and round. Similarly, the trunk of the tree is like a python winding round and round in itself. The rug tree indented deep with scars. This tree is indented very deep with scars. It has scars all over its trunk part. It is a very old tree, very big tree, which has a trunk at the bark side. Up to its very summit near the stars, it grows as if it is going to touch the stars. Very tall, high tree it is. So it is just like a python winding round and round. It is intended with deep scars on its body. It grows very high, tall tree it is. A creeper climbs in whose embraces bound. A creeper, by the side of the tree, there is a creeper, a plant which creeps on other trees and grow. A creeper climbs in whose embraces bound. So the creeper just climbs on the tree. It looks as if it is embracing the tree. It is embracing the tree without causing any damage to the tree. So without causing any damage to the tree, the creeper just embraces the casuarina tree. It is just going around, that is moving around and growing, having that casuarina tree as a base, as its base. No other tree could live. Nobody else could tolerate the squeeze of somebody, the squeeze of the creeper holding tightly on its body. Right? The creeper is just climbing up on this tree. The creeper. And no, but the casuarina tree is paving way for it to come around and grow up. No other tree, see, the other says, no other tree could live tolerating the embracements, the squeezing something very tightly. That is called embracing. So mostly this term will be used when a child falls, the mother rushes towards the child, took it and embraces it. And in the when we speak about the lady love embraced her husband, what we'll say, the boy, the lover, right? That word is used in that. So similarly, this tree, the climber embraces the tree. Hope you understand the meaning. No other tree could live, but gallantly, but majestically, but heroically, but bravely, the giant wears the scarf. The giant here refers to the casuarina tree. It is a gigantic tree. It wears a scarf. Usually, in Indian culture, as a sign of modesty, people, girls, women used to wear scarf when they go to church, temple, and sometimes when we see people, respectable people, we just put the scarf, right? The giant wears the scarf. The other Torudat says that the giant has a scarf all through its body. What is that scarf? She says, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters. Crimson, it is reddish orange color, reddish color. See, all through the boughs of the tree, throughout the boughs, flowers are hanging. The color of the flower is crimson, reddish orange. And the author says that, Torudat says that it is just like the casuarina tree wearing a scarf. So the flowers which are hung in clusters throughout in all the boughs of the branches of the tree looks like a person wearing the scarf. It was just hanging throughout the tree. Everywhere you could see flowers hanging in clusters, in groups. in all the boughs among, throughout the, in all the branches of the tree, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and off at night the garden overflows with one sweet song that seemed to have no close, sung darkling from arty tree while men repose, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee. So she said the tree has a scarf. It was blossomed, and it looks like a scarf. From all the branches of the tree, clusters of flowers just hung all over the tree. And often, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee. Throughout that day, we could see birds and bees settling on the tree. Since the flowers are there, the birds comes there to uh, take honey from the flowers, and these birds very lovingly, very affectionately, very happily they will be singing and sitting on the branches of the tree. So it is a very beautiful sight to look at. So Torudat recollects the childhood memories in this, and oft means often, at night, during night time, the garden overflows with one sweet song. So throughout night, we could hear a sweet song of a bird that seems to have no close, non-stop song. There is no close end to the song of that bird. So throughout night, it will be singing by sitting in on the branches of the tree. So we could hear the sweet song of the bird throughout night. Only one bird, she says. One song, she says. It is not sung by only one bird, maybe one song, one variety of bird, maybe. Right. Sang darkling from our tree while men repose. Repose means sleeps. While the people take rest, this song is heard throughout the night. It is the song of the bird, maybe. So, this is, hope you understand the first paragraph of the poem. The Casuarina tree is just like a python winding up the round and round, and it has a rugged trunk with the deep scars all through that trunk portion, bark of the tree. It grows as if it is touching the stars and sky. A creeper climbs and it embraces the tree, and very patiently the tree paves the way for the climber to embrace it. And majestically, it wears a scarf, that is the flowers that is to be seen, that is seen in the on the branches of the tree. And the color of the flower is crimson, it is red, a slight orange mixed red color. And among the branches of the tree, in the boughs of the tree, all day we could see bird and bee. And at night time, we could hear the one singing sound of a bird, sweet song of a bird, which has no close at all. While all the people of that area sleeps, only this bird sits there and sings a beautiful song. While men repose, while the people sleep, take rest. Hope you understand. Now the next paragraph. When first my casement is wide open thrown, at dawn my eyes delighted on its rest. Sometimes the most in winter on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue like alone, watching the sunrise while on lower boughs his puny offsprings leap about and play. And far and near, Kogilas hail the day, and to their pastures went our sleepy cows. And in the shadow, on the broad tank cast by the whole tree, so beautiful and vast, The water lilies spring like snow en masse. Right? I will 1 minute. So in the first paragraph, the poet recollects that the tree was almost tall enough to touch the stars, right? And it was strong with scars on its trunk. It had given its support like a gentleman for a creeper to lean and grow. Just like a gentleman paving way for that lady love to embrace him, that tree paved the way for the creeper to embrace it. She also remembers that the tree was always full of blossoms, flowers, giving room for bees and birds to settle on it. Throughout the childhood, the tree was seen not only as a paragon of strength but also as gentle and peaceful asylum loved by birds and bees. Right? This is what is said in the first paragraph. Now, the second paragraph we will see. When first my casement is wide open through early morning, when I come and open my window, the front window of our home, casement means window, at dawn, early morning, my eyes delighted on its rest. I'm very happy to see that pleasant sight. Every morning when I open the casement of my home, the window of my home, I could see a pleasant, I'm delighted to see the beautiful sight. What is the beautiful sight, she says? Sometimes the most in winter on its crust. See, sometimes most in winter. This happens especially during the winter season. Early morning during the winter season, when I open the casement, on the crust, on the topmost branch of the tree, a grey baboon sits statue like alone. A grey baboon, a monkey which is found, a kind of monkey which is found in Asian and African countries. In Asia and Africa, a baboon sits statue like at the topmost branch of the tree, at the crust of the tree. A baboon sits like a statue. See here, this line is an example of simile. That is, the grey baboon sitting on the topmost branch of the tree is compared to a statue. It is just like a statue. Using the word like, it is compared. So, it is an example of simile. A grey baboon sits statue like alone. It sits at the topmost branch. It is a very beautiful sight to look at. Watching the sunrise. What does the baboon do? It is watching the sunrise early in the morning when I open the casement. It is watching the sun shine, sunrise. While on lower boughs, when the baboon sits at the topmost branch, watching the sunrise. Sunrise is a beautiful sight to look at, right? In Kanyakumari, you could see the sunrise and sunset, right? Watching the sunrise while on the lower boughs, see that baboon sits at the topmost branch and watches the sunrise. Below that, in the lower branches, his puny offspring, the young ones of the baboon, leap about and play. They'll leap from branches to branches and they'll be playing. It is a beautiful sight to look at in the early morning. Every day this is there. When I opened the door, the casement window, I could see the baboon sitting at the top and the offsprings leaping and jumping on the branches of the tree. And far and near, Kohilas hail the day. Far and near in the surroundings, kohilas. Kokila is a sweet singing bird, just like our cuckoo, similar to our cuckoo, kogilas. So, and far and near, kogilas hail the day. Kogilas sings a beautiful song and it invites the day, telling us that it is going to become day. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows. Below that, by the side of it, on the floor, there is a green pasture where you could see full of meadows where cows, goats, all this cattle come and grazes that grasses. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows. Towards that pastures below, below the tree, we could see the cows moving to get their food, grass. And in the shadow, on the broad trunk cast by that oak tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow and mast. So below the tree, at the bark of the tree, or at the on the ground, the shadow of the tree, on the broad tank cast by the oak tree, so beautiful and vast. Water lilies spring like snow en mast. Water lilies, a small plants with flowers, water lilies, spring like snow and mast. It has a white flower, and the water lilies, that small plants grows and fill that area. It looks as if snow is engulfing, amassed in that place, right? So the Torudat says that early morning when I opened the casement window, I could see a beautiful scenery. What is the beautiful scenery? She says, at the topmost branch, the baboon sits and invites the sunrise, right? Welcomes the sunrise, and at that other branches of the tree below, at the crust, baboon sits. So the lower branches, the young one of this baboon jumps, hops, and they will play. And far and near, we could hear the sweet singing song of kohilas, saying that it is going to become day. Far by the side of it, there is a green pasture where the cows come early in the morning to in search of their food to graze the grass. And in the shadow of the tree, that is at the lower level, that is on the ground surface under the tree, water lilies grows in groups, and it blossoms, and it looks as if the area is covered with white snow, right? It is a very beautiful sight to look at, scenery. So here she says that that tree, she always used to wake up in the morning to have a sight of the tree. Whatever may be the season, her morning should never be complete without seeing the tree. She had often seen the baboon sitting at the crust. The poet paints a calm picture of the morning. Kogilas sing, cows graze, and water lilies smile. But the tree plays the central role in the morning and in the life of the poet also. The tree plays a very important role in the life of the poetess as well as in the morning. Hope you understand the Hope you understand this much, right? Once more, shall I read it? When first my casement is wide open through, at dawn my eyes delighted on its rest. Sometimes, the most in winter, on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise, while on the lower boughs his puny offspring leap about and play. And far and near, Kogilas hailed the day, and to their pastures went our sleepy cows. And in the shadow, on the broad tank cast by that hoar tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow enmassed. Enmassed means it is heaped, like snow heaped in one place. Now, when you come to the for the next class, just read this paragraph once, and if you have any doubt, you just clarify it in the Zoom class on Tuesday, right, children? And I hope by Saturday you will be completing that paragraph of that God sees the truth but waits. The next our Casuarina tree, I'll be sending it with that division, right? Each day one or two or three sentences you will get, complete it, and then and there finish it off, right? Here you know, okay. And with the remaining, you'll see in the next class. Till then, bye children. Thank you for watching this.